Really just a perfect day from beginning to end, except for the phone storage issues,
Subscribe to our channel for more Zeke and Terri adventures.
It's Friday morning and I booked a train ticket to Colmar, and I'm also using the tram for the first time here in Strasbourg. I am kind of excited about this little trip. I have lunch reserved. I have a boat reserved. I've mapped out the entire day. I've used mindtrip.ai for the very first time to map this out. Normally I wouldn't plan in this great a detail, but I really only have 10 hours from the time I arrive to the time I leave, and I have a whole list of things. 2 museums, a couple of churches, walking around Little Venice. So let's see, Allons-y. What I did to make it easier on myself is this morning I got a 24-hour transportation pass through the CTS app. So I've arrived in Colmar. It is definitely a touristy spot. It's pretty darn cute, definitely Alsatian. It's known as Little Venice because it's got these various different canals. Last night I booked a spot on a Sweet Narcisse little boat and got a little confused when I got here, and some opportunistic guy was like, hey, you're interested in the boat, just go pay in there and you can go right now. Not realizing that the one that I'd reserved was down at Pont Saint-Pierre, not at the pont that I was at, but canceled the other reservation because I hadn't paid for it, and it was lovely. Not quite Venice, not quite a gondola. They seem to be electric. It's a good way to get acclimated as soon as I got here. If you come, just go find one of the little things, go pay for a spot, and do it when you can. But I just went first thing in the morning, and now I can just wander around. Just went into Les Halles. They have a covered market here with various different produce and sausages and fish and shops. So that was pretty cute. And now I'm gonna go find the other things that are on my itinerary. And I've confirmed lunch for 12:45. And I think that'll give me time to sit and have a cup of coffee and maybe a croissant. Let's go. So I just realized that I have talked to more people today in French than I have really in the last week. I meant to go to co-working spaces and go to yoga or to a gym, and I just haven't done that. So I haven't really talked to anybody other than to order food or request a ticket at a museum or someplace that I've gone. This is also the first time that I've taken a suggestion from a YouTube channel for a restaurant, and I went to the Bord'Eau for lunch, and it was absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10, recommend. And I met this lovely older couple who live here in Colmar, and I have to say Colmar has stolen my heart. This is just, the vibe, it's so calm, it's so beautiful, it's not kitschy. I am so glad that I came here today. I went to the Collégiale Saint-Martin. It's essentially Colmar's cathedral, and it's really quite beautiful. It was built in the 13th and 14th centuries, and it's a perfect example of Alsatian Gothic architecture. Outside the church, there was a brocante happening with everything from housewares to jewelry, books, clothing, but it's always fun to see the activity that happens when those kind of stalls are set up in some of the public spaces and the plazas. The Musée Unterlinden was on my list for the afternoon, and I'm so glad that I went. The original building is a 13th century Dominican convent. It's everything from archaeological stuff to medieval and Renaissance art, all the way through modern, like with Pablo Picasso. I felt like I went through kind of a go-go speed racer through the centuries with the art, but I really enjoyed it. And there was a cloister, which I always love at museums and at churches, where I spent some time sitting outside dealing with the video storage issue, and also had a chance to catch up with Zeke because today was his off day because they did Stelvio yesterday and they're doing Bormio tomorrow. So it was good to have a catch up in the middle of the day with him while I was frustrated with my phone storage. I had time for one more thing before I wanted to grab something to drink and catch an early train, and I went to the Églises des Dominicains. This church is known for a 15th century piece called The Virgin in the Rosebush, which is the crown jewel of Gothic art in Alsace. I wanted to walk through the Parc de Champ de Mars and also wanted to get something to drink. And there were all sorts of tents that were being set up, and I didn't quite understand what was going on until I was leaving and found out that the Colmar Marathon is happening, I think tomorrow or on Sunday. The restaurant that I chose was great for people watching and had such a great vibe. It seemed there were as many local people as there were tourists hanging out, and this park is definitely used by local people. It was really fun to just sit back, enjoy the beautiful weather, an Aperol Spritz. Once again, I absolutely fell in love with. It is so chill, but it's also so French. And I think that's the thing that's been interesting is being in Strasbourg. It doesn't feel French. I think because Strasbourg has gone back and forth between French and German hands 4 times, it really is a blend of the two. So if you're considering a place that might be a little bit off the beaten path, maybe you haven't checked out the Alsace region, I would recommend staying in Colmar. There are good trains, you can rent a car, you can drive up and down the wine route. The bingo card will be available on the website, zekeandterri.com. Also on the website, if you are not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to our postcards from the road so we can send you virtual postcards when we're traveling, as well as physical ones, assuming you give us your snail mail address. And with that, I'm wrapping up Colmar. Really just a perfect day from beginning to end, except for the phone storage issues, which I now get to go deal with.